died, he left behind what he thought was a simple request to his family. What he didn't know was his last wish would have a profound impact on people's lives. Roll it. Aaron Collins' early life was full of ups and downs as he struggled with substance abuse. Then last summer at 30, he died unexpectedly. Days later, Aaron's older brother, Seth, scoured Aaron's computer where he found his will.
My life was a party and my death should be too. Any money that is in my bank account is to be used in the following ways. First of all, pay back my mother and father if they are still alive. Second, give some to a homeless person. Tell them why you are doing it. Third, leave an awesome tip, and I don't mean 25%. I mean $500 on a pizza for a waiter or waitress.
So, I know everybody's going, oh, it's pretty powerful. So only 3 days after he passed away, Aaron's family did exactly as he requested. They left a $500 tip and were shocked by what happened next. Roll it. Seth handed Sarah $500 and posted it on YouTube. The video went viral, over 1 million hits in the first few days. The money came pouring in as well. People donated thousands so that Seth could continue his random acts of generosity.
Are you serious?
That's amazing.
Can I have a hug? Oh my God.
We have Aaron's brother Seth and his mother Tina. Wow, it's amazing how moving that is. Something that even looking at it is so simple. It's just a nice, generous thing. Let's start at the beginning. How do you know that your brother even has a will?
Yeah, one of his best friends, when I called to tell her, she had mentioned that he had written a will. And so I went looking to find it and found it on his computer. And there it was. And he had kept it secure so that I knew no one had done anything with it. I knew it was his. Mom,
what's it like for you? Because your son struggled with substance abuse. So was it a surprise or did you see it coming?
It was a big concern for a lot of his life. And in fact, Aaron told me he wouldn't live to be past 35. But a mother never is prepared for that.
Right. So Seth, do you think then in a way that your brother knew what was coming or felt it might be coming and that's why he wrote this will?
Well, Aaron really lived life just recklessly in general. He's not the kind of person to say, oh, I'm not going to skydive, it's too dangerous. If he wanted to do it, he was going to try it. And so I think he always figured at some point it could happen. You know, he knows he likes to live a life of adventure.
So it's a risk for the life he lives. It's
exactly. And so he at some point decided, hey, what would happen? Where would my motorcycle
What was your
go?
reaction when you read it?
Well, the will is pretty funny. And so it helped me sort of grieve a little bit and took some of the edge off because he left something so funny at the same time, even though it's serious.
And the will was not, you should maybe do it. The will was, this is what you must do.
Do this. He was very serious about all of the things. They weren't requests, they were demands for us to fulfill.
And how did that feel? We saw the video when you did it the first time.
The first one was overwhelming because I thought it would be the only one. You know, at the time, that was the only time I get to do it. So I was trying to take in that memory, and it was relief that I had accomplished it for Aaron, and relief that I didn't have to sit at that table thinking, okay, I've got this $500, got to get rid of it.
And what made you post it?
Yeah, friends and family had donated to make that happen. Because everyone wanted to know, do we send flowers? No, Aaron wanted to do this. So if you want to help, send us money. And I wanted to get to share it with the people who made it happen.
And then how fast did the reaction online happen? Because it spread very quickly, right?
Yeah, the first day it was sort of normal. We got some more money in donations. And then the day after that, by the end of the day, it was $15,000. And
wow.
Yeah, it was immediate. And then 30 and then 45.
So Tina, for a mother who has a son who struggled on one end of his life, this simple idea he had, which is so beautiful, ends up leaving a legacy much bigger than you would ever expect.
Yeah, but you know, that's not just Aaron that made that happen. Aaron was a very quiet, unassuming person, but a very generous person. He used all his money that he had extra to take his friends out to eat or give to homeless people. He was always doing something. One time, he took 2 bags of groceries out of my house to a friend of his that had 2 little kids. He couldn't stand for somebody to be hungry. But both my boys have done this. I asked Seth, actually, if this had been you, do you think Aaron would have done this for you? And he said, no, but I wouldn't have written that in my will.
Right.
So they work together doing what they do best to make this happen.
Yeah, you're the understated hero in this. All right, coming up, the server who got the first $500 tip and how that random act of kindness changed her life. Be right back. You gave half of it away immediately.
Yeah.
If you're going to be in the LA area, go to jeffprobst.com and say yes to being in our live studio audience.
Jeff Probst Show.
Last summer, Seth and his family sat down for dinner. And as specified in Aaron's will, they tipped their waitress, Sarah, $500. That was Sarah's reaction to receiving a $500 tip on a $70 meal from Seth and his family. They were honoring Seth's brother, Aaron's last wish. I love, Sarah, that even though you kept telling her this is for you, she was already paying it forward, saying, well, I'll give the kitchen some. And so what was your initial reaction when he handed you $500?
Well, I got chills, like look up my arm and my chill bumps, and
because you've never gotten a tip like that.
no way, yeah, no way. So I'm just torn between, you know, the loss of their family member, and then I got all this money all of a sudden. So I was really confused, and then I was wondering if I maybe knew him. So I grabbed the money to look at the orange Post-it note that's written on it, and that's the explanation of AaronCollins.org.
Oh, really?
And then
oh,
it all
there
made
is.
sense.
Yeah. To find out more, AaronCollins.org. Interesting. I like that. And so to put in perspective, on a $70 tip, a 20% tip would be $14. I mean, this is like out of the world crazy. So we saw a little taste of it there. You said you were going to give the kitchen some. What did you do with the $500?
Okay, so there were 5 people working that day, and I gave them all $50, and I kept $250. I had a...
So you gave half of it away immediately.
Yeah. I did. Thanks. So then I had a birthday party planned for one of my best friends. She was turning 30, and I was going to use the money for that. Then I won free concert tickets like an hour later.
Wow.
2 of them for that festival. So I gave one of those away to a friend, kept one, and I donated $20 to an environmental rider that is in my city. And
now, would you have done that if Seth had not said, you know, my brother's wish was to pay it forward? Would you, or did he put that thought in your head, or were you already that way?
I was already that way. I've always been that way. A bleeding heart. I'm an environmentalist. I've
How
always
crazy
been
that you
way.
picked her, somebody who was perfect for it.
Well, and I didn't pick anyone. You know, we picked the restaurant, and they sat us at a table, and that's the moment where we know this person we've never met before is getting $500 later.
Do you get lots of touching responses?
Yeah, we have lots of emotional responses, even from people who didn't get tips. There was a rabbi in Massachusetts who wrote an entire sermon about Aaron and used that to inspire the people listening to be generous and to pay it forward. And there was a cab driver who got $500 on a short cab ride because they had heard about Aaron, and they
Someone
told
else
him.
did it.
So yeah, someone in California gave a cabbie $500.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is great. All right, Seth has a plan of how to continue paying it forward. We'll get that when we come back. And so what is there inside you? Do you need this money right now yourself?
I have a couple tickets I need to pay, yeah.
Closed captioning for the Jeff Probst Show provides. Collins is honoring his brother Aaron's last wish. Aaron died last July. So you have this idea. Your brother said $500, tip somebody, one tip, $500. You've been doing it. What's the plan? How do you keep this?
The plan now on his birthday, June 15th, is to start out on a cross-country road trip and make sure that someone in all 50 states gets touched by his generosity.
And so you're raising money. You're not even asking for money. People are just sending money in.
Right. People have already sent in about $65,000 since the start. But yeah, thanks. Thank you. And so I want to use all that for tips. So I'm trying to raise extra money to pay to travel, to just spend maybe a year just driving around the country giving away money.
And you've set this up at, it's Aaron Collins?
AaronCollins.org.
Easy to remember. The guy's name, AaronCollins.org. How many tips have you given out?
We actually gave the 42nd tip last night, and we have the waitress here.
Serena's here. So this just happened, was this here in LA? Or?
Yeah, in Hollywood. Okay. We went to Cabo Wabo and gave her a $500 tip.
And so, Serena, how did that go down? Completely unexpected.
Yeah, I was really shocked. It was amazing.
What did they order?
Chicken enchiladas, ahi tacos, and an ahi tuna salad.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good way.
You did deserve this tip. So on a normal bill like that, the bill is $40 or $50, and right?
Well, theirs was $70 because they had an extra person.
And so a $15 tip turns into a $500 tip.
Yeah.
And what do you do with it? Are you inspired by this? Because to be clear, nobody says to you, you don't say, now you need to go distribute this money to other people.
I say it's yours, you do what you want with it.
And so what is there inside you? Do you need this money right now yourself?
I have a couple tickets I need to pay, yeah.
That's what your brother was talking about.
Yeah, because you don't know why someone needs money. And
right.
Everyone could use a little extra cash. It makes their day so much better.
All right, well, you've made a big impact in your own hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. In fact, the mayor of Lexington, Jim Gray, has a message for you. Roll it.
I want to thank you for honoring Seth and his family today. And today, I'm issuing a proclamation declaring April Seth Collins Month to honor Seth's work with Aaron's last wish. Aaron Collins died too soon, but his generous spirit lives on. And Seth, here's a key to your city. As you travel around the country honoring Aaron's last wish, we want you to always be able to find your way back home.
Very nice. Here's the proclamation. This is yours.
Fantastic.
And
thank you so much.
Here is, from the mayor, the key to the city. That's pretty cool.
That's absolutely.
And we would like to be your 43rd tip. So here's from us $500 so we can be a part of this journey.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You can also purchase Tina Collins' book. It's called Aaron Collins. This is her son. Aaron Collins did that. And you can learn how you can donate to Aaron Collins' cause. We've said it. It's AaronCollins.org. Just remember his name, AaronCollins.org. All right, coming up, meet the lucky lady who hit the jackpot without playing the lottery. Be right back. So anybody in the back row willing to say, I don't know, I wasn't so hot on this idea to give up a couple grand. Want more from the Jeff Probst Show? Get exclusive behind-the-scenes footage and watch your favorite moments from the show whenever you want. I love you, man. I love you. We pulled out all the stops at JeffProbst.com. When the state lottery jackpot hit $300 million, a real estate office in Florida decided to pool their money together in the hopes they would hit it big. Jennifer was the only one who decided not to participate, and to her surprise, the office won. They won $1 million. It was split among a bunch of people. But she didn't have to kick herself for too long because Jennifer and her coworkers all pooled together to make this a very happy thing. They're going to check in with us now. We have them on Skype. Plantation, Florida. Hello, people. Hi. So, Lori, give me the lowdown of how, did you guys always do this, or was this a one-time thing because it had gotten so big?
It was the second time we'd ever done any sort of lottery pool together. we noticed the lottery was up over 300 million. And we keep a running text message stream between all of us. We talk about business or anything we need to. And when I saw the jackpot had gone so high, I sent a text message to them, as I do almost every morning. And I said, hey, we should put 20 bucks in each and play the lottery.
And so the only person who didn't go for it was Jennifer.
Yes, that morning we came to work and I had collected everybody's 20 bucks. And I asked Jen, she was a new employee, you know, were you going to join in? And Jen said she didn't think it was a good idea because she was new and didn't really want to spend the money. I actually offered to lend it to her, and she declined. She said, you know what, I think I could use the 20 bucks for something else.
So Natalie, when you guys win, I mean, you could easily say, Jennifer, not only did we ask you, we even offered to put the 20 bucks in for you. Sorry, but you guys didn't do that.
No, we decided to all pull our money together and give her a nice fat pile of money.
Jennifer, were you surprised by that? Because even on this show where we're talking with Seth about paying it forward, when you get $1 million between 11 people and then there's one person who didn't want to kick in, I could see the majority of people saying, sorry. But they didn't. They welcomed you and gave you some dough. How'd you feel?
I was first shocked, and of course I was a little upset with myself because I was trying to pinch my pennies a little too hard, and obviously if I didn't have the $20 to play lotto, I could have definitely won. I mean, I could have definitely used the money. So I was a little upset and shocked at first, but I was overwhelmed and happy for everyone who had won, and it's a life-changing amount of money.
So anybody in the back row willing to say, I don't know, I wasn't so hot on this idea to give up a couple grand?
Actually, Jeff, on that Sunday, I sent that same text message to every person in this room. And I said, you know, I think we need to include Jen. She's one of us. And every single person you're looking at within 30 to 60 seconds wrote back to me and said, let's do it. I'm in. She's part of the family. It's the right thing to do.
That is amazing. So, do you think it changes when you make that gesture of goodwill and contribution? Do you think even just doing that changes how you will act the rest of your life because you did it once and it felt so good?
I think for all of us, I honestly, sharing with Jen was as fun, and the feeling was so good as the same as when we found out we won the $1 million.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because I want to know what you're going to do with your money, including you, Jennifer. We'll be right back.
After watching your last segment, I'm going to a restaurant and I'm giving away $500.
Love it. That's what we're talking about.
All right, guys, let's clear the way.
Brought to you by M&M's, not your average chocolate.
We're talking to a Florida real estate office. They won $1 million. One of their coworkers didn't get in, but they brought her in and they gave her money anyway. So Lori, is there a consensus among the group? Are you all spending your money in the same way, or does everybody have different plans?
Actually, everybody's doing something a little different. Natalie's going to have LASIK eye surgery. We've got a couple who have bought a car. As a group, we have put together also a large pile of cash to donate to our company, Keller Williams Cares. It's part of our company that helps our own employees all over the company, all over the country. A couple of our newer, younger people are buying some homes. So we plan to do a lot of really good things. And after watching your last segment, I'm going to a restaurant and I'm giving away $500.
Are you really? Love it. That's what we're talking about. I can't think of a better way to end the show. Thanks to all of our guests. Great story from Seth and his mom about his brother Aaron and the $500 tip. And you guys, how much fun to not only win a lottery and have $1 million to share, but then be able to do something good with it. Thank you very much for getting together, you guys. That's our show. Thanks for hanging, everybody.
Hurt in a car? Call KNR.